My name is TJ and welcome to my beauty and lifestyle channel. In today's video I will be trying on the very hyped Glossier Lidstar liquid eyeshadows. Glossier recently launched these liquid eyeshadows on the red carpet on Oscars night. Every single celebrity makeup artist used these on the stars. It was a huge campaign, and so of course your girl had to put in an order and test it out for you guys. I have to say I was a little bit skeptical to begin with, especially for those of you guys who are a regular subscriber of mine. You must know my love for ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows. I didn't think I needed another liquid eyeshadow in my arsenal. I already had the Stila Shimmer and Glow eyeshadows, the Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadow in liquid form, as well as all of my Chanel, Dior and ColourPop cream eyeshadows. I'm just going to put it out there, these definitely needed some serious USP to impress me. I believe they launched about 6 shades altogether, so I ordered 2 as a bundle. I have here the shade Cub, which seems to be a kind of pinky coppery shade, and then I particularly wanted to try the shade Herb because it's just right up my alley. It's a goldy shimmery green. Upon first application, Herb definitely seems to be the darker shade out of the 2. I'm definitely more pigmented on the back of my hand. I was also pleasantly surprised they were very buildable on the back of my hand once each layer has dried. Now, given Glossier's promotional description for these are meant to be a wash of colour, that was exactly what I was worried about because I am a sucker for smoky eye and pigmented eyeshadows. Anything that says a wash of colour was definitely a turn off for me, but of course I had to try these out for you guys just to see if they're worth the hype. So now with the magic of YouTube, I'm going to turn back the hands of time a few hours earlier to where I applied these for the first time ever, and I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this look I'm wearing right now. So guys, I've zoomed you nice and close and we're going to apply some lid stars together and just see exactly how intense it could get. Also, I have already applied my trustworthy NARS smudge proof eyeshadow base on one of my eyes, and I'm going to leave this eye completely bare with the lid stars on just to see how quickly it might crease, or it might not even crease at all, which is the claim. For today's eye look, I'm going to go in with the shade Herb first, just putting a little on the back of my hand, and then going in with the MAC 242 flat eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to place Herb on the outer corner. I want to have a kind of green smoky eye going with Herb on the outer corners of my eye. It's applying really well with the eyeshadow brush, and I'm able to be very precise with my placement. I'm also just going to blend as I go as well. Okay. As I blend, as you can see, the intensity goes away quite quickly, but hopefully we can build that back up. With the same brush, I'm going to go in with a bit more Herb on the outer corner to just build up that intensity. This is the second layer and it doesn't seem to be lifting the first layer. I'm very pleasantly surprised at how quickly the intensity builds, because I really thought this was just going to be a wash of colour and that it would be really hard to build, but it really isn't. For now, this is as much intensity as I want this corner of my eye to be. I'm going to do the same for my other eye and then come back to you guys. Halfway through my application, I can already tell this eye with the primer is actually applying way worse compared to this one without any base. So I would actually say it's much easier to apply the Lidstar without any eyeshadow primer, which is really surprising. Next, we're going to go in with the shade Cub. This is a really pretty rose gold with quite a bit of red hue to it. So I'm going to place this shade in the center of the lid, blending into the Herb shade. I'm going to go in with the MAC 242 once again, just so it can give me the preciseness I want. And I'm just blending this in nicely with the Herb shade, but keeping this very much in the center, blending it up to the socket. I'm also going to take this shade quite close to the inner corner of my eyes, but not all the way in. This is what it looks like with just one layer. I'm going to let it dry for a few seconds whilst I apply on the other side of my eye, and then come back and add some more intensity. And I have noticed on top of the base, the pigment is much easier to build up even though it can appear to be a little patchy to start with. So now we're going to go back with Cub and layer a second layer on top of the baseless eyelid. It's a really pretty colour. Very, very spring, even though I'm going out on a rainy, very wintry night. Going to end up looking very spring-like. Just using a kabuki brush to blend the two shades together. It seems really easy to blend, even though Herb could well be very dried up by now. This is what it looks like after the second layer on my baseless eye. It doesn't seem to have reached the absolute intensity which the colour appears to be in the tube. However, I do like the shade and I don't think it's a wish-wash colour as I had originally thought it would be. I am going to try and go in with Herb again just to intensify the outer corner a little bit more because I am a sucker for super smoky eyes. I'm just going to add a little bit more intensity with my fingers at the very outer corner, blending again once into the shade Cub and also up to the socket. I'm loving how this is building up. It's very smooth. It's not lifting up the colours that were there. It's just building up really nicely, as you can see. And because those were the only two shades I bought as of today, I'm going to add a little bit of MAC's Show Gold on the inner corner just as a highlight. Very colourful. Very colourful. It's not going to go with my outfit at all. I'm going to leave it there for now and see how it goes with when the rest of the makeup is complete. So I just went ahead and added a little bit of smoky liner on top of my lash line, and then I decided the black was a little bit too jarring, so I added a little bit of this teal shade from the ColourPop Kathleen Light Shadow Palette and just ran that around the lash line. To finish the lower lash line, I'm just going to take a little bit of the Herb shade once again, going in with that on top of some smudged out eyeliner. You guys know, if you're a long time subscriber, I love this technique so much. It's the most simplest way to smoke out your lower lash line. This little brush, by the way, is the Zoeva 240 Luxe Petite Pencil. It is absolutely brilliant for lower lash line. I think I'm going to take that a bit far out, just so, and smoke it out a little bit more. I'm just going to connect that with the outer corner on top as well. Really liking it. Such a surprise, because when I saw the red carpet looks, they all looked very subtle, and I really thought this was just going to be a wash of colour kind of product because Glossier is such a kind of natural looking brand. But honestly, if you're into smoky eye and really pigmented eyeshadows, this is not a bad option at all. So now I'm just going to add some mascara, finish off, maybe add some Cub in the lower lash line, and I'll come back and show you guys the final look. So guys, about 50 layers of mascara later. This is what the finished eye looks like. So far, I'm loving the Glossier Lidstar. I'm going to put it through a few hours of intense retail therapy and check back in with you guys. Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me because it's quite noisy in here, but the lighting is actually okay, so I wanted to check in with you and let you see how the Glossier Lidstar is doing. Right now it's about 11:15 at night. I applied my eyeshadow at around about 5 PM, so it has been a solid 6 hours, and this eye did not have any base on it. This one was the one that had the NARS Pro Prime base. I honestly cannot tell any difference at all. Both of them seem really good. Nothing has budged or kind of creased at all, and for my eyelid, that is a first ever. So I shall see you at home when it's about midnight. Hey guys, just doing my last check-in. It is now officially 1 AM in the morning. I left about 5 PM in the afternoon, so 8 hours later. Let's take a closer look. This one again, just to remind you guys, is the eye that has the NARS smudge proof eyeshadow base on, and then on this eyelid there's literally no base on there whatsoever. Let me just take a good look in the mirror myself. I am so impressed. I can tell you right now, I can't think of any other eyeshadow in my collection that I am confident enough to wear without any shadow base because my crease are very hooded and very oily, and for a liquid eyeshadow not to crease at all after 8 hours is quite frankly unheard of. Now, to conclude my thought on the Glossier Lidstar, I would have never thought or even believed that a liquid eyeshadow was going to be able to withstand my very hooded and very oily eyelids without creasing, but these did. I just cannot wait to gather more of these shades now. They really are so good. Overall, I would give both of these a solid 9 out of 10. Herb probably will even get a 9.5. It just is such a beautiful colour. I love the fact that it's buildable. It doesn't lift off any previous layers. Cub, unfortunately, is slightly less intense than it appears in the tube, and it doesn't seem to want to build as much as Herb. But I really do love both of these colours. They're not glittery at all, which is really great for those of you guys who want to try liquid eyeshadows or glossy eye look without having to deal with any glitter. The shimmer inside is very finely milled, and it definitely doesn't fall off anywhere. The fact that you can use these so easily with the brush or your fingers is just genius. So that's pretty much it for my review of the Glossier Lidstar eyeshadows. I highly recommend. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, then please don't forget to leave me a huge like. I would absolutely appreciate that, and you would make my day if you click that subscribe button. Thank you again for watching. I will of course see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.